Bah humbug. It has been quite a minute since I've picked Our Flag Means Death back up, and there's a lot of reasons for that don't have to do with the show, but I will admit that so far it has been very hard for me to get really into the show. It's very witty, very charming, but nothing has really hooked me yet. I can't really find the magic that everyone else has found in this show, and I feel a little sad about it. I'm missing something, and I know it's something that I'm not finding. It's not necessarily the fault of the show. It's more, I don't know if it's my lack of insight or lack of interest because of everything else that's been going on in my life right now. I don't know, but I'm hoping I'll find it now that the titular couple is together. Well, the couple that everyone is talking about, at least, is together, or has met at this point. I'm really hoping that the show will start to come together for me, because when it comes to Yuri on Ice, the show that I was watching alongside this before all of the everything happened, it clicked instantly for me. This one, not so much. Those of you who know, and for those of you who don't, my name is TK, your resident lunatic, and I am leaving my delineations off as of right now. One of the reasons is I have had 2 teeth removed, which has made voice acting a bit painful, and also I keep getting beaten out by AI, so that's fun. As I said before, I think one of the issues I'm having with the show is I've broken away from my usual 2-episode format, but once again, I don't think that's any fault of the show. I really think it's been made with a lot of love and a lot of passion, and to be honest, a lot of artistic direction. This show is very good at is hiding subtle themes in Bugs Bunny antics. Stede hallucinating the captain he killed is kind of like a personification of not just trauma, also anxiety, his own self-worth, his own negative self-talk that he refuses to acknowledge, because once he turns around and acknowledges it, he has a breakdown. So he has to leave it behind, otherwise he won't be able to function in this life. However, you can't get too far away from your inhibitions, because when you lose those, you'll land yourself in trouble, which is what he did in the latest episode, episode 3, where he basically just handed himself to the Spanish army and pretty much got himself killed. Now, the Spanish army was not kind. They had a habit of torturing their prisoners, even for minor offenses. So imagine what they did to pirates. Just because pirates didn't participate in the slave trade doesn't really mean they didn't participate in other things like larceny and murder. Still find it very hard to root for Stede, even when I completely divorce him from what he is in history. I find it very difficult to root for him because every decision he makes is made because he's had the luxury of making mistakes this whole time. Find it a little fucked up that when I finally saw him get what was coming to him, essentially, I felt a little bit relieved, like, oh good, now he's gonna come back down to earth. Now he's going to be able to be like, oh, I can't just play around here. I have chosen a path that I need to be serious about. But I don't think it's really going to work, because once again, he gets his ass saved, because every mistake he makes does not jeopardize his life like it does for his crewmates. And his crewmates all know that. It is kind of a subtle commentary on privilege. Privilege doesn't automatically mean your life is easy. Stede has had a very difficult life. No one has ever had any faith in him. He has been dogged out his entire life. However, he has never made a mistake that couldn't be come back from, because he has the privilege of his skin color, and he has the privilege of his money. If Olawande, say, made the same mistake, Olawande has to be smart. If he made the same mistake Stede did, he would be dead or in bondage. He really only has those 2 options. There's Jim and Lucius, who are great, but to me kind of say the same things, and I think this is why they have this sort of weird relationship that's coming out, because it seems like they're sort of teaming up against the smart one, Olawande, because they want to do what they want to do. Well, Lucius wants to save his own skin. Jack is dangerous. Jim is toxic. They definitely kissed Lucius to make Olawande jealous, or to get back at him for not letting them do what they want to do. Olawande is interested in living. Jim is not interested in living. They need to get on the same page and either both prioritize revenge or both prioritize religion. You know, Jim has kind of already gotten their revenge and they're still fixated on it. I'm thinking maybe Jim just needs to chill out a little bit. If they keep dogging out Olawande, I'm gonna be a little upset with them. That being said, I am actually very glad that they haven't presented Jim as this soft little innocent being who could never do anything wrong, because I hate when this happens to LGBTQ characters. And I know that because of things that are going on in society today, it is becoming kind of necessary to present them in such a way because of all of the vitriol that is coming from shitty, hateful ass people. I understand the necessity of it, but it also makes it seem like LGBTQ characters aren't allowed to have personality outside of their sexual orientation or their gender identity, which is something Netflix really likes to do because it's easy. Netflix always prides the amount of content over the quality of the content, unless it's an adaptation, but I actually have not seen them do a decent adaptation in ages. You know, I'm glad that Jim is allowed to have a personality. I do appreciate the lengths they are going for the diversity and representation. It's not perfect, but it is a valiant effort and should be appreciated. And now that we've met Blackbeard, let us put on our headphones and commence with the drama. Comedy, dramedy. Whatever. Man, it really has been a minute since I've watched the show.
So I have to marry a complete stranger.
That's usually how it works.
I thought that when I did marry, it could be for love.
That's never a thing in Regency dramas, honey. So they were both equally unhappy, it looks like. Oh god. Everyone looks tired. Oh god. I've been to a wedding like this. It's not fun.
We've purchased something for your big day.
Oh, well, wow, we're in this for life. And somehow they've had children. Pay attention to your children.
Will you please play with your children?
She can't do all the work.
They'll have nightmares again.
Oh god. Exceedingly unhappy, but still expected her to do all the work, I see. And yep.
I'm the greatest.
See, he gets to be the fun parent.
Scoundrels spare no one.
Yep, there he goes. Yeah, because tobacco smoke is gonna make him heal real well. I'm sorry, he's just not intimidating. It's Taika Waititi, and he's wearing biker gear. Hot, though. Not intimidating, but hot. Oh, it's my favorite. It's the Silver Fox. We like him.
They look like frankfurters to you.
We need a plan, boss. Blackbeard's such a shitty boss.
It's like pulling teeth with you sometimes, man.
I'm just trying to do my job, sir.
Right. Huge.
The huge.
I wonder if he'll recognize me.
You know, I thought he'd be taller.
Yeah, same. What's the point of that? What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey? Lucius is like, finally, someone with a good head on his shoulders. Jim's like, why is he complimenting us? This is weird.
Dizzy, come here, they've got a bird guy.
They've got a bird guy. Carl's about to shit on your face. Why are you wearing Hot Topic belt on your head, man? Nope, still feverish, still infected. Oh, poor Stede. Yes, because that's an art style that was made at the time. Same thing with the biker gear and the Hot Topic belts and the zippers.
What is it?
It's a painting.
It's a painting
Like your favorite thing.
of the lighthouse.
Oh god, this is so awkward.
And the children did that.
No, I did.
I painted it.
Cool, it's a thing you're interested in and not me.
It's a toy?
What would you say to living on something like that?
Nothing.
Why on earth would
Yeah,
we do
why?
that? A life feels
Monotonous to you?
monotonous to you?
Yeah! I mean, I get that we're both not completely happy, but I'm trying, at the very least.
And I don't hate our lives. At least not so much that I would want to do this.
You're comfortable at the very least, although comfortable doesn't really cover it.
No, this is just an idea.
Liar. He's a kid in the candy store. He's having the time of his life. This is the first time he's unclenched in years.
Fucking boring.
Stede is not the only one in an unhappy marriage.
Well, as bored as you might be, if you don't make a decision soon, we're gonna fucking die.
Solid point. Sir. He's so tired. He's just as tired as Bonnet's crew. Jim, don't talk like you're the smartest person here. Are we gonna have to work together to do some Bugs Bunny type shit?
Dad, because things have taken effect.
Am I interrupting something?
What? 14.
He missed a second, by the way. Yes.
He's a coward.
At least you acknowledge it.
I know you're unhappy.
We can be unhappy together. She's trying to help. But something tells me that she's just gonna end up making fun of him again.
It's probably the wind you're hearing. Or an owl. It might be an owl.
She's trying her best.
I know we never would have chosen each other.
Rub that in. Bro, she has nowhere else to go. You have all the opportunity. She has to try. She does not have a choice. That candle did not provide that much light.
Mary. Mary.
Mary, Mary, Mary!
Mary, Mary, Mary!
Sorry, it's a very old TikTok video, at least by TikTok standards.
The vast wealth and property I leave behind for you and the children.
She will have to get married to someone else. You have exposed her to God knows what. Oh God!
He was scared of geese, for Christ's sake.
See? What did I tell you about his hallucination? Because now it's catching up to him again. Manifestations of grief and anxiety. You don't need to check, trust me.
You work for Blackbeard.
Honey, I am Blackbeard, sweetheart.
Never thought about it like that. Yeah, I do work for Blackbeard.
They are really two sides of the same coin, aren't they?
If you're not going to be Jim anymore, can I be Jim?
Jim's about to murder all of you.
Rather exquisite cashmere.
Stuff he's never seen before. Seeing and experiencing things he's never seen before. Same thing with Stede. He's like, this guy's fucking insane! This is true, by the way. This is a historical fact. He did have auxiliary closets on his ship.
No, I'm Blackbeard.
Hey, yo, what?
I'm not a mermaid.
You don't get food when you've been invaded.
Okay, yeah, you didn't say anything when they made all that food.
Because women have crystals in their body, and the crystals attract demons, and the demons attract misfortune. Well,
I have knives.
You all know me as Jim. See?
Keep knowing me as Jim. Keep calling me Jim or I am going to stab you.
Always like Jim.
Yeah, good go, you know.
Also will murder you, absolutely.
This is my pride and joy.
This man is a lunatic.
That's
Well,
what they think I
that's
look
what you
like.
do.
Look at that. This is 1, 2.
The smoky beard thing, though, is true. That is something you did quite a bit in history.
You ever feel trapped? Like you're just treading water? Waiting to drown?
Yes.
This is the only person who has ever commiserated him. This is what happens when someone is always in charge. They're never allowed to be soft. Something a lot of men of color have issues with, and I'm guessing that's what they're trying to get at here.
Can't believe I'm saying this, but have you ever considered retirement?
What does that word mean?
You know how hard it is to find someone doing something original out here?
It's not that original if you're rich. He's really mistaking naivete for creativity here.
Honestly, I would give all of this away.
You would give it to me?
Hey, do you want to do something weird?
Oh no. Oh dear God. What is happening?
Crew of the Revenge.
Hi. What's up? Clap.
What is even happening?
This is the most bizarre thing anyone on this ship has ever seen.
Line up. Line up.
Line up. Line up. Edward, what the fuck is happening?
But I did all that because I was honored to work for the legendary.
Because I love you.
That's Blackbeard. I'm Stede, remember?
I'm going to kill you.
This, my fucking resignation, you absolute twat.
He deserved that. You deserved that. You're very confused, but you deserved it. This is what being a pirate is.
We could just talk to them.
Okay, yes, and do you speak Spanish?
No.
It's going to be your fault.
Time's up! I don't know what to do!
There we go. Finally.
You're a genius, Blackbeard.
This is why you do not doubt Captain Blackbeard. Genius on the ship.
Doubt. 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 Doubt.
And then the shape of the clouds confirmed it.
Frankfurters.
God damn it!
Yeah, I think
I'm feeling skeptical.
Leap year? Does that change things much?
Yes. These people have been through the weirdest emotional roller coaster of, like, their lives in the last 12 hours.
Something like being eaten by a tiger, or massaged to death by mermaids, or belly flopping into a volcano.
Okay, none of those exist in the Caribbean, though, sweetie.
That's a lighthouse. I should have been one for my family.
Yes. Here we go. That's pretty clever.
Okay, would you blow into those flames then?
What? No! Ah! Hut! Like he's conducting. I mean, considering this started with Dire Irae, makes sense. Shh!
We fucking did it!
Okay, that was very charming.
Looks like we're gonna live after all.
For a little while longer, at least.
Jim, stop saying stuff like that!
Do you think I can go back to being mute?
No, probably not. Your voice is a respite with all these very gruff, angry male voices.
I should take a leaf out of your book and learn to live the high life.
I could take one out of yours. Maybe I'd live a little longer.
If you were to show me the ways of an aristocrat, I could probably show you a thing or two about being a bloodthirsty pirate.
I mean, it sounds like a good arrangement, because either way, somebody's gonna die. Although I have a feeling that Izzy is just gonna suffer in the meantime. I almost feel a little bad for him if he wasn't such an insufferable asshole. Oh, here we go. Hey, your crew might respect you a little more. Izzy's going to leave you. He is also unhappy in this marriage.
You ever heard of retirement?
That's not much of an option in this line of work.
Not really, no.
The only retirement we get is death.
Yes, a life of crime usually results in that.
Of course, the crew would need a new captain. Someone who really knows the road.
You're finessing him. You're not telling the truth.
I need you here.
It's so manipulative, though. I mean, he is a pirate, so I mean...
I've got it.
Oh, Izzy's kind of weak for him. That makes me a little sad. And he knows he's lying. Look at that look on his face. He knows he's lying. He knows what he wants. Okay, so I see one of the biggest things that's gonna be where Blackbeard is concerned is, who is he lying to? Is he lying to Izzy? Is he lying to Stede? Or is he lying to himself? The way these things sort of go when they're having a crisis of identity and what they want to do, I mean, as far as the character is concerned, they're lying to themselves. Blackbeard is in an impossible situation of his own making. He has lived a life of crime. You don't just doff a life of crime and live in obscurity, especially when you have navies from entire countries looking for you. Most legendary rap sheet in history still to this day. He can't just get rid of that. But at the same time, he is incredibly unhappy. He's tired. And in a sense, he and Stede are two sides of the same coin, like I said before. Their relationships are unhappy. There is a difference, actually, between Mary and Stede and Edward and Izzy, but I will cover that probably once I see more of their relationship, because it seems like Stede and Mary were sort of mushed together, but Izzy sought Blackbeard out and still sort of idolizes him in a way, which, like I said before in my Yuri on Ice videos, is not healthy. You can't idolize your partner. You can't communicate with someone who's an idol. Seen as with Blackbeard, he can just finesse him like that. It might take some convincing, it might take some work, but he really can just say, you know me. You can trust me. I have plans. You know I always have plans. And he'll believe him. Unless Izzy does something really fucked up, which he still might. He's a pirate, for God's sake. I kind of feel a little bit bad for him. He seems almost like someone who's just desperate for approval deep down. And I feel like that's Stede's problem too. But unlike Izzy, he doesn't really idolize Blackbeard in a way that he admires him. He still sees him as a person because they have something in common, a taste for finer things. But there is a weird power dynamic with Blackbeard and Izzy. So unhealthy relationships abound, and I could talk about them for hours, but I won't, because usually these videos are only 20 minutes. So overall, I think the main relationships we have right now are Olawande and Jim, of course, Stede and Blackbeard, and then Blackbeard and Izzy. I would honestly say another relationship would be just the crew in general. They seem to be kind of the Greek chorus in this very Grecian comedy, which is fine. I actually kind of dig that. I still am missing a little bit of that magic that gets me really hooked on a show, but it is still a very good show. So with that being said, please like if you like this video, please subscribe if you really like this video and would like to see more. If you would like to support the channel, you can follow me on Patreon, which is in the links below. I upload full-length episodes, that means uncut reactions, on Patreon the day before they are posted on YouTube. If you like, you can find me on every piece of social media, Tumblr, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram, but mostly Tumblr and TikTok because fuck Twitter. And with that being said, stay weird lovelies and happy eating.